Welcome back to another video. This week I wanted to show you guys a really easy elderberry gummy recipe. So it's super simple. It only requires 5 ingredients, so 4 excluding water, and they are vegan. I did not use gelatin in this, not because I am vegan, just because I wanted to try what agar is and its properties. So it is a seaweed and it gels really firmly, so it's not your typical chewy gummy. So keep that in mind. Otherwise, they are good, and you don't have to use the elderberry syrup that I'm going to be making. You can also just use, replace it with juice. So stick around and we'll make this right now. Apple juice and agar, which is a seaweed, and we'll be using some elderberries. And elderberries are really good for your immune system, really good in vitamin C and other nutrients. And for sweetness, I'm using maple syrup, but you could use any sweetener that you want. And you'll want some candy molds. I found these ones off of Amazon. And so right now I'm just adding 1/2 cup of elderberries and 1.5 cups of water into a saucepan. And I'm going to turn it on to a medium heat until it boils, and then I'm going to reduce it to a simmer. And I'll just put the lid on there just to make sure everything's contained. And so right now I'm just going to strain it and squeeze out all of the juice from the berries. And I'm going to be putting it back into the saucepan. So I'm going to put the saucepan back on the burner on a low heat. And here I'm just adding 1 cup of apple juice. And we're going to be using 25 mils of agar. And so that would be 2 tablespoons plus 2 teaspoons. And we'll just stir that up. And then for a sweetener, I'm using maple syrup, but you could use honey, you could use normal table sugar, it's up to you. So I'm adding 2 tablespoons of that, and I will just mix it up, make sure that it's dissolved. And we are going to pour it into our mixture that's on the stove. So here's the elderberry syrup on the stovetop, and I'm just going to pour it all in there. And I will be using a whisk to stir it up. And I'm going to be stirring it occasionally. You want to get it to a consistency that's sort of not as thick as honey, sort of like a syrup. So now I'm going to be taking it off the burner and pouring it into my heat-safe container. So I'm going to be using the little dropper that it came with just to fill up all the candy molds.
Whoa, I'm doing great.
You are doing great. So after that, we're just going to add the candy molds into the fridge, and they will firm up really quickly, probably within like 10 to 30 minutes. And here you go. They bounce out of my molds. So yeah, they're really easy to make. They firm up really nicely, and you just want to keep them in the fridge for best keepings. And here's Isaiah just taking one. So yeah, they make a really nice firm elderberry gummy. So that is it on how you make your own elderberry gummies. Super easy to make. Just follow the ratio. That is 1.5 cups of a liquid to 1 tablespoon plus 2 teaspoons of agar, which means 25 mils. So if you stick within that ratio, you could use whatever juice you want. You could even puree some stuff. It isn't your standard chewy gummy, so just keep that in mind. And yeah, they're really good for you. And I hope you guys enjoyed the recipe. And if you do like it, or if you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comments below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Okay.